wait and see, I guess. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, we're just gonna wait. Just gonna wait. Professor Games was first. Let the record show that Professor Games was indeed first. So yes. Yes, Professor Games was definitely first. Let the record show Professor Games was first. Professor Games was first. I say again, ladies and gentlemen, Professor Games was first. I think it does matter, Jared. It matters that Professor Games was first, because otherwise there will be no fucking point in saying first if you are actually the first. No point. But there must be a point, which is why he said first. So therefore, we have to acknowledge the fact that Professor Games was indeed first. So for those of you who are denying this fact that Professor Games is first, then I guess you will be cursed with ass cancer later on in the day. I'm not exactly sure, but anywho, we're going to invite some people. This is live right now, so people get the notification that this is a thing for some fucking reason. So yes, let me go ahead and invite some peeps, bitches, and hoes, and then we will get started on this here schmig. So let's do this. Let's invite Jared. So let's do Jared. Let's also do Bullinator, because why the fuck not? Let's do Sean Hufford, because why the fuck not? Let's go ahead and do Team Skeptic, because why the fuck not? Let's go ahead and open up the Skypers so that we can get people in Skype in here. So let's go ahead and invite Geo, because why the fuck not? Let's go ahead and invite Microblogganism, because why the fuck not? And other people, because why the fuck not? Hey, Jared, how's it going?
What up?
What up? What up? So, and I just got a notification from AccuWeather for Cape Canaveral. Yes. Looks like we're at 80% go on Wednesday, which, by the way, I'm feeling a little sick. I don't think I'll be able to go to work tomorrow. So, yeah, that's a thing. Hey, Team Skeptic, how's it going?
Fucking Jared is still in my first.
Ha ha.
I would like to say Professor Games was first.
Yes.
But I still want to know what he was first in. I mean, was it the masturbation race again?
Ejaculation?
It was that, but also in the fact that he said first in the live chat first. And it was actually the first entry into the live chat, because
so what you're saying is he was the first to come.
Yes, he was the first to come. Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. Sure. So if any of you, for the 12 of you that have been paying attention to what's been going on the Twitters, more than one person has sent me a message asking me to give my input on this whole fake document bullshit, and I thought this shit was actually dead and done and over with, and it's now old news. But apparently, it's still pissing people off. So yeah, Sean, is this still a thing?
To some people.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I was thinking about making a video and just saying what I had to say, post it, and then eventually deleting it, because who the fuck cares? But apparently I don't feel like actually putting in the time and effort into editing and rendering and uploading something, especially something as, in my opinion, dumb as this. Hey, Gio, how's it going?
Hello. So is this hangout about Jaronism's new video?
No, it's about this fake document bullshit that pissed Jaronism off.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so because Gio, here's something. More than one person has asked me to give my view on this whole fake document prank that happened to Jism, and my first response is I really don't give a shit. And but after thinking about it, I go, okay, maybe I give a little bit of a shit, but not to the extent that they think I give a shit. So yeah, so for those of you who were wondering, you know, what my opinion is, yeah, I'm here to tell you what my opinion is, and then we can talk about my opinion, and then after that we can move on to shit that actually some of you might care about. So yay, I guess.
Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, no, believe me, I'm gonna Yeah. Anyway, let's just get this shit over with. Sound like a plan? All right.
Oh,
So
just go ahead. Just end it right here.
just end it. Just fucking end it. Okay. So with the fake document prank that happened, who was the one that initially did? Was it Planar Walk or however the fuck the name is?
The brainchild was MC Toon, Planar Walk, Fight the Flat Earth, Soundly were all active participants in it.
I see. Okay, well, like I said, more than one person wanted me to give my view on this whole fake document. So here, I like pulling pranks as much as the next guy, but usually those pranks are only done for a cheap laugh. This fake document thing that happened, it clearly was done for a reason, right? The reason why they made this prank was to try and make a point, and that point was that flat earthers are gullible. What a dumb fucking thing to try and prove. What actually is next? Are we going to test whether water is wet next? Are we going to test whether or not a very nicely spit shine Ducati gives Jarenism a non-boner and gives Jared a boner?
Dude, 2 days. That's how long it lasted when I got it back. 2 days, I was rock hard.
See, we know that water is wet, just like we know that Ducatis give Jared boners, and we also know that water is wet. We know that flat earthers are fucking gullible. We don't. This whole fake document act is completely fucking pointless. I have been debunking flat earth bullshit for about 4 years now. Believe me, I don't need verification that flat earthers are gullible. When
I need a clarification here, actually. Jared, did the Ducati last 2 days or did your boner last 2 days?
The latter.
Okay.
See,
Well,
there you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, when you have been dealing with the stupid shit coming from the flat earther camp for as long as I have, saying flat earthers are gullible is a lot like saying water is wet. So no fucking shit, Sherlock. I got the memo. But those who were behind this prank forgot one big thing, in my opinion. They forgot something really important. They forgot that not only are flat earthers gullible, but they are dishonest as well. Pulling a prank like this does not in any way, shape, or form show that those who were behind the prank are deceivers or liars or whatever. It was a prank, for fuck's sake. But you all know as well as I do that these flat earthers will use this as some kind of justification to dismiss everything they tell them. Because now they're liars, they're deceivers.
Exactly.
For a prank, and so now we have to say that everything they tell us is a lie, even though it can be validated. So never mind the fact that they have been calling us liars way before this prank was even a thing. Consistency and intellectual honesty can go right out the fucking window the very moment a flat earther feels like he has a get out of jail free card. The last thing we need to be doing is even giving them the appearance that they have that get out of jail free card. So you know that dipshits like Jarenism are going to take whatever out they can. And speaking of which, hey Jaren, you didn't think I was going to forget about you, did you? You little piece of shit. So here's the thing, Jarenism, tip from the top man. You have no fucking right to call anybody dishonest. No fucking right. You have been lying since the very moment you opened your fucking mouth here on YouTube. And as of late, you even stepped up to withholding information that would fuck over your conspiracy that you're desperately trying to keep alive. 15 degrees of rotation. Remember that? Do we all remember that, guys? Remember that whole...
But Jared, newsflash, Red, Jared released a video, his newest one, where there is no instrument sensitive enough to detect the motion of the Earth.
Sean, no spoilers.
Shit.
Nice. So that means that we have another example of Jarenism lying again. Who would have fucking thunk it? So not only that one, but what about the number of assertions that Jarenism has already been corrected on? So, like, for example, when he said that we must blindly accept the value given to us when it comes to distance to the sun, even though that can be validated, that can be verified. You don't need to just blindly accept the value given to you by NASA. You can verify it for yourself. Or what about the Brahe incident where Coolhard Logic completely took his ramblings and rammed it so far up his ass that he had to delete the video and I guess have it re-uploaded on a second channel somewhere. I'm not exactly sure, but anywho, he didn't actually admit to being wrong on quite literally everything he said about, crystalline spheres in the sky. He just quietly took down the video and hoped that people would forget about it.
Sort of like his laser test.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, his canal test.
Yeah. Being,
Or how many balloon launches?
Oh, just the one that he crowdfunded and never launched.
Mm-hmm. Ignorance is a valid excuse at first. But once corrected, it becomes pure dishonesty to spew the same garbage again. And Jeranism claims to be against disinformation. Let that fucking sink in. Just let that fucking sink in. So, Jeranism, I mean, your hypocrisy is hilarious, but in this case, I think it's in your best interest to shut the fuck up. Otherwise, people are going to call you out on this shit and shove it right back up your ass, which is where it came from to begin with. So, yes, the prank was funny. The prank was definitely funny. I had a good laugh for all of 5 seconds. But the fact remains is that flat earthers are now going to use this as some sort of verification or some sort of justification to say these guys are liars, these guys can't be trusted, blah, 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 blah. Insert bullshit here because I got pranked because I'm gullible. Yeah, there you go. That's my opinion. Now we can move on to what Jeranism is currently wrong about on the internet.
Actually, I just announced the hangout for tomorrow about that particular topic.
Well, in that case, I read, did you forget to put something up at the beginning of the live stream? A counter?
Ah, fuck, I forgot all about it. It's been so long that you tend to forget about these things because it's been so long. It's been like forever. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. So as of the making of this hangout, Nathan Oakley has been bitch made for 23 days, 15 hours, 54 minutes, and 19 seconds. Nathan Oakley, when you are ready to stop being bitch made and debate me on a neutral platform, that is a platform where you do not have access to the mute button, get in contact with me. Until then, this counter will continue to keep track of how long you have been bitch made.
Oh, and Red, remember that email that I sent that we talked about?
Uh-huh.
I have it on the screen right now.
Oh, would you like to first update what the fuck's going on and then read the email?
Well, there has been no response to this email that I sent 12 days ago to the people who are running the Flat Earth Conference in Amsterdam. And Slappy McGee, at last check, is the only confirmed debate slot. So I think it's kind of interesting how Nathan has said, oh, come on, come debate me. And you said, yeah, I'll do it on a neutral site. Well, it's kind of hard to have a mute button in person. So I emailed the 4 people listed on the site as running that conference 12 days ago. As a matter of fact, at 5:56 p.m., March the 28th, I sent an email offering that Red and I would show up.
This is, of course, assuming that they pay for my trip. I ain't fucking paying for it, but I'll do one of two things. I'll either accept compensation for going to Not America, or maybe I can crowdfund something. But I don't want to put that burden on my peeps, bitches, and hoes. I love you guys too much for that.
Here's a prediction, Red. If you choose to actually fly over here, I predict you will not return to the United States. Not because Amsterdam is awesome or anything, but because it's a city that swallows you whole and spits you out when you're broken and pretty much destroyed.
I see.
Just a warning, so be careful.
And you have experience with this.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, so Gio, I'm afraid I'm going to have to do a full American on you and tell you to go fuck yourself because we're talking about whatever the fuck you're going to be talking about on your hangout tomorrow.
Okay.
So, yeah, what's Jaronism been up to as of late?
He doesn't understand how physics works.
Oh, to the surprise of literally fucking nobody.
Then let's see. He was quote mining Newton. Well, Sean,
Yep.
would you count this as a quote mine?
Actually, no. It is it's an absolute misrepresentation.
Well,
Okay,
and how
Because the reason why I say that is because he didn't read what the little he took the time to put the footnote on where the quote was from and what it was about, but he made sure he didn't read that part. Newton actually admitted that he had no mechanism for freaky action at a distance. In other words, he had no cause for gravity. He admitted this, and Jaron reads the quote out, and as he ended the quote out, he decided to place in there, well, that just proves that Newton doesn't even believe in his own laws. That's not what the quote was about. The quote was about Newton admits he does not have a cause for gravity. He has no mechanism for gravity.
Yes, what Newton pretty much said in the letter was, my laws work, but we just don't know what causes them. We don't know why reality behaves the way that it obviously does. Yeah. Which was later solved by Einstein et al.
Mm-hmm. And also, this wasn't the first time it actually happened, because do any of you guys remember Kepler? When Kepler found, that the square of the orbital period, Kepler was like, hey, the square of the orbital period of an object is proportional to the cube of the semi-major axis. Really? Why is that? I have no fucking clue. I just know that it is. I don't know why this is a constant. I have no fucking idea. But here it is. That doesn't mean that the constant is wrong or that the math doesn't work. It just means that there's some underlining that constant that we don't know about. So what's Jaronism claiming here?
Well, I'm actually going to put it up on screen because you got to see this to believe it.
Basically, is he saying that intellectual honesty is a problem now?
Shouldn't we start from the beginning of his video and work our way chronologically through all the stupid?
Well, I just want to directly address this quote because this is his most blatant use of actual misrepresentation of what somebody actually said. So, Einstein says, it is inconceivable that inanimate brute matter...
I mean Newton.
Newton said, I'm sorry. It is inconceivable that inanimate brute matter should, without the mediation of something else, which is not material, operate upon and affect other matter without mutual contact, as it must do, if gravitation. In the sense of whatever that is, but be essential and inherent in it. And this is one reason why I desired you would not ascribe innate gravity to me, that gravity should be innate, inherent, and essential to matter, so that one body may act upon another at a distance through a vacuum. I paused you. Stop that. Inherent and essential to matter, so that one body may act upon another at a distance through a vacuum without the mediation of anything else, by and through which their action and force may be conveyed from one to the other. It is to me of so great an absurdity that I believe no man who has in philosophical matters a competent faculty of thinking and can ever fall into it. Gravity must be caused by an agent acting constantly according to certain laws, but whether this agent be material or immaterial, I have left to the consideration of my readers. And
yes, the last half sentence there is pretty clear.
Yes, I have left the consideration to my readers. He's talking about what's causing it. What medium is gravity going through?
Yes, that means I don't actually know what is causing this.
And this is the part that he failed to read. Isaac Newton to Bentley admitting that action at a distance involved in gravity is absurd, as recorded by Edward Brunt, The Metaphysical Foundation of Modern Science, Humanities Press Association, Humanities Press, Atlantic Highlands, New Jersey, in 1980, is where this quote comes from. Newton's not saying his laws don't work. He's just saying he doesn't know what causes them. This has never been in doubt, Jaron, and you have twisted this around to say that Isaac Newton's admitting his laws don't work. You're a liar. Well, you are misrepresenting what Isaac Newton said.
Well, let's be, fair here. Yeah, fair to Jeranism. Fuck me. What the hell is happening to me? Maybe I'm just getting tired in my old age. But the thing is that he did this shit before with Brahe, where he thought that crystalline spheres meant actual spherical objects in the sky, like, oh, I don't know, the fucking moon.
That's not what Brahe meant.
That's not what Brahe meant, exactly. And when Cool Hard Logic pointed that out and shoved that shit up his ass, he took down the video because he was so embarrassed that he got all that shit wrong. I wonder if the same thing that fucked him over the first time with Brahe is the same thing that's fucking him up this time with Newton.
What video is this that you're talking about? That we're talking
It's his newest one he just released 15 hours ago.
It's called Are We Spinning? Oh, there we go.
I didn't see any of the stuff that he was talking about with Newton. I saw the stuff that he was getting wrong about math.
Yeah, that's pretty much on the end. Like the last 5 to 10 minutes, something like that, is about Newton.
Okay. Yeah, I got all the way through it up until about 10 minutes left, and I was like, I just got to do this video.
Well, keep in mind, this is also an idiot who doesn't understand that when you have a multivariable equation, you can rearrange it to solve for the individual variables.
Well, no, okay, so part of his misunderstanding that I saw was okay, explain the concept of zero to me. It's impossible. It's impossible for you to explain to me what zero is, because zero is nothing. And even when I say nothing, you get a concept of something, that something is nothing. But it's not. There is nothing. Zero, it absolutely has. It's a figment of our imagination to imagine, to assign a numeric value to a concept that does not exist.
Not necessarily, because it can either be the lack of quantity or your reference.
No,
because gotta remember, from electronics, 0 volts is not really zero energy. It's your reference. It's your starting point.
Okay, but the concept of zero means that that's again, you're assigning a reference point and you're adding plus 0 to that reference point, and assigning that a 0. That still comes to the same problem that you have with explaining what the actual physical 0 represents. Same thing goes with 1. It's hard to explain to somebody what 1 means, because when I say 1, I say, okay, I have 1 stick. Well, 1 stick it's different than 1 battery. You know, yes, we are assigning a quantity, but we can even break those batteries down into different parts. Until how far can we go down until we don't have any more other parts that we can break it down to? And
I believe the technical term for that is the Planck length, but assuming you can cut it down that much. Although a completely irrelevant question, team, why does it sound like you're inside of a tin can's asshole?
Oh, does it?
Yes.
Okay, let me see if I can fix that.
Yep. Also, let me read a comment from the chat. He may understand this stuff at Red's Rhetoric. We know he has a tendency to be very dishonest to keep his YouTube career going. So, question for people who are in the chat as well as in the Hangout. Is this a case of Jeranism being dumb as fuck, or is this a case of Jeranism being dishonest as fuck?
Well, this particular quote is about Jeranism being dishonest as fuck. The rest of the video, especially the first 20 minutes, are about Jeranism not understanding what the fuck he's talking about.
To the surprise of literally nobody. So I think the same way he made a mistake with Brahe is the same reason he's making this same mistake with Newton. He just doesn't understand what the hell he's reading. So unless you write something out to him in modern day Twitter speak, he's not going to understand what the fuck you're talking about. And the very moment you put an equation in there, you're fucked. You're just completely fucked with Jeranism.
Well, the reason why
what the hell he's talking about.
The reason why I'm calling it dishonesty on his part is because he took the time to actually make this card with that little bottom line about Isaac Newton to Bentley admitting that action and distance involved in gravity is absurd. He took the time to put that there. So he knows and understands what he fucking read. He's just literally being as dishonest as he can and putting that little disclaimer at the bottom in case somebody calls him out. But by doing that, Jaren, you admit you're a fucking liar.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't he make like multiple videos where he said that he, quote, hates liars?
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean he hates himself?
Yes.
Well, he probably does he? Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point.
I think we might have a case for special pleading there.
Oh, wait, special pleading from him? No.
No. Yeah,
That being
let's see.
said, I think he probably hates himself because he actually allowed himself to be filmed while doing this laser test.
Well,
Interesting.
since he has a device that can detect the spin of the Earth at Red's rhetoric, then it is dishonest. Also, for him to say that no equipment is sensitive enough to measure the spin. Correct, because, I don't know, he was talking about this ring laser gyro that did detect the rotation of the Earth, and then it was so in their face that they had to whisper, hey, guys, listen. If this got out, we would be fucked. I mean, royally fucked. I mean, more fucked than Red's rhetoric's donkeys.
Well,
That's how
Red,
fucked we would be. This is confidential.
to correct the quote, it would be bad.
It would be bad.
Well, it started out with
really
we
bad.
would be, and then it turned to it would be bad. It would be bad.
Yeah, it would be bad. It would be bad. Somebody make that into a T-shirt, and I will buy it. So when it comes to Jeranism being very dishonest, yes, we have plenty of examples of him there. So it's a case of like, am I going to completely on purpose misrepresent the words of this great man, or am I going to misrepresent the words of this great man because I'm a dumb fuck and can't understand it because it isn't written in 2019 Twitter speak? Yeah, both are equally likely. I'll say that just to give them something, I guess, maybe. Or am I just being too charitable at that point?
Bordering on too charitable. Because
Shit.
with his history, with his history, do we really need to go that far and try to give him that much credit? Because, sorry, I'm a proponent of judging someone by the summation of their actions and their history, and in which case, Jism, you're fucked.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and have to say that. When you look at Jeranism's history and how much shit he's gotten wrong, it just goes to show. Not only that, but he's going to people way in the past. We're talking like the 1700s, 1600s, early on. These are great minds, and I'm sure who would discovered a lot more if they have access to the modern equipment that we do today. But they were working with what they had available to them at the time, and so there were certain things that they simply could not discover. But they don't pay attention to how science builds upon itself and what the current understanding is. Let's hypothetically say that Newton got everything wrong. Who the fuck cares? Because we know enough now to send shit into orbit and not have it go out of fucking control. We know enough now to send probes to Pluto and to skim the outer atmosphere, or I should say the close atmosphere of the sun with the Parker Solar Probe. We know now to know for a fucking fact, that the Earth isn't fucking flat. We know enough now. So you trying to discredit all these people in the past, let's hypothetically say you did. Let's say you did. Let's say that you were able to discredit, something that Newton said. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It wouldn't matter at all, because we would be able to verify stuff independent from whatever Newton said. We would be able to verify stuff independent to what Kepler said and what Einstein said. Basically, I know that Einstein is right because GPS requires that to work, and guess what? It fucking works. As my Google Maps will tell you on my cell phone. So seriously, dude, what point are you actually trying to make here? Because Newton got one thing wrong or said that he doesn't know something, that therefore your ring laser gyro observation is total bullshit and it shouldn't be held against you? Fuck off, dude. Seriously. Okay, rant over. So, Gio, what say you about this whole thing?
Well, first of all, I agree that even if we only spawned 5 minutes ago, at this point we will have all the knowledge needed to actually figure out what the fuck is going on, right? If we only had the scientific method to work with, we would pretty much instantaneously know what to do to actually find out what type of object, for example, we are on. Like we would have the ability to pretty much instantly know how to develop instruments that were used to actually determine the nature of the universe. And this is something that Jeranism doesn't understand.
So basically what we're saying is that the scientific method is a process, not a fucking religion. Interesting how that works. Yeah. And also when you have people like Jeranism, quote mining left, right, and center like this, it just, wow, the cringe is real. Sean, on a level of 1 to 10, what's the level of cringe?
For his honesty or his stupidity?
Both.
Oh, then I put that about a 7.
7 on the cringe.
Because he's more dishonest than he is stupid, so I'd actually lower it from a 10 for the dishonesty scale.
Yes. Oh, yeah. By the way, I did have to show one more thing since someone is in the live chat. There actually is no reason for this. I'm just going to screen share something for no reason whatsoever, like none. No reason at all. All right. So can we all understand that I have absolutely no reason to show this one thing right here, right now? Like no reason whatsoever. Can we all agree that there is no reason for this?
Agreed.
Perfect. Okay.
No reason for what?
So I'm just going to show this for no reason whatsoever. Just let that sit there for no reason whatsoever. Someone's in the live chat right now. Just no reason. Just leave this up there for no reason whatsoever of who won the debate, Sean and Red or Awake Souls and Limitless. We're just going to leave this up there for no reason whatsoever. No reason.
You know what I'm still waiting for?
Mm.
Drone footage.
Oh.
Without touching the gimbal and showing that the horizon stays at eye level. Still waiting on that.
You mean drone footage that magically went from being on the computer to still being on the memory stick to still being with the drone to needing to be filmed? I mean, Isn't that the backwards progression of how footage is done?
Usually.
Yep. As an owner of a drone myself, I can tell you that's not how it fucking works. So yeah, it's yeah. So anyway, we're just gonna leave this up here for people to observe and admire, I guess. But yeah. So I asked the question for no reason at all, and I linked the non sequitur debate that myself and Sean had against Awake Souls and Limitless, and I asked them who won the debate, and 95% of you said myself and Sean. So yeah, we'll just leave that up there for a little bit.
That is a beautiful blue bar, though.
It is a blue. It is a beautiful blue bar. Yes. I would prefer it to be red, but you can't get anything that you want nowadays. So yeah, let's just leave that. Let's just leave this up there. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
And what's interesting is so they've changed the name now to some rather beautiful self-projection.
Which one is that? The Shills account?
Yes.
So we're just gonna leave this up here just for a little bit longer.
So different question, Reds. Falcon Heavy.
It has been a pain in my ass for a very long while.
Well,
So-
if I remember correctly, the next launch is scheduled for tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so are you going to the Cape?
Yes, I am.
Well, here's a question: did Elon actually get back to you?
No, he didn't. I'm not important enough.
I think he's currently in Shanghai building up the other gigafactory.
Yeah, he's probably busy doing things, but yeah, it's been tough. So here's what's going to happen today. I do want to take off of work, but I also like money. So I'm going to go to the launch right after work. I leave work at around 11 o'clock in the morning, which gives me about 7 hours to get to the other side of the state and to set up, which is plenty of time. However, there's a problem. The problem is that the last time Falcon Heavy went off, it was a complete and total shit show where you could not get parking to save your life. Even if you showed up days beforehand, there were people already parking in the fucking street. It was a complete shit show. So if I were to go and let's say find a spot, it would not be at my normal location. Speaking of my normal location, where I filmed the landings, I think that viewpoint is going to be a thing of the past for the foreseeable future because they closed off that road. That road I no longer have access to for filming rocket launches. And that's complete and total access. I can't walk there. I can't park there. I can't do anything. So they're doing everything in their power to fuck me over as much as possible. Because I had Monday and Tuesday off, because I pretty much demanded it off, I do have to go to work on Wednesday because 3 days off is a bit of a no-no. So after that, I said, okay, well, I'm just going to cut out early. My manager said that he wouldn't be able to approve that because he needs me for later on in the day. I said, let me rephrase that. I'm not going to be here from 11 to whatever. Figure it out. And now it's done. It's because that's how I fucking roll. So I will leave work at 11. I will be rushing like you can't possibly imagine to Cape Canaveral. I will be parking at a fucking Walmart or some other place, and I'm going to Uber my sorry ass all the way to the launch site so that I can have my equipment there waiting for me. And the reason why my equipment will be there waiting for me is because today I am going to meet up with Astronomy Live. I'm going to be handing over my P1000 and my P900 and 2 tripods so that he can bring it to the launch site early in the morning. That way I don't have to load stuff into the Uber and drive my happy ass there with all of my equipment. So I'm going to get as close as I can to the launch site. If I hit bumper to bumper traffic, which I'm sure I'm going to, I can run 3 minutes or I can run 3 miles in 18 minutes if I have to.
Off topic, but I do gotta just say one thing. 26 and a half birds, bitch.
So basically, I'm going to this rocket launch will require the following things. 1, a really good friend who's going to be there waiting for me. 2, a Walmart parking lot. And 3, an Uber. And maybe even 4, some cardio. So the things I do to see a Falcon Heavy lift off and to get this footage for you guys, the things I do for you guys for this footage, and all I'm saying, if the view count of that video doesn't kick ass, I'm going to be very sad. Three miles and 18 minutes, better shape than I am. I have an Anytime Fitness account. That's all I'm going to say. All right, enough screen sharing of that. I think the memo has been gotten. So that's the update for Falcon Heavy. So Geo, yes, I am going. Yes, it will be a catastrophic shit show, and yes, I will get footage come hell or high water.
Awesome.
I will get this footage. I will get it. It will be done. Oh, by the way, have you ever seen a Chevy Spark break the sound barrier?
Well, I've seen a Chevy Spark's head gasket break the sound barrier once.
Well, my actual car is going to be breaking the sound barrier when I start driving my happy ass over to Cape Canaveral. I will be breaking the speed limit in a fucking Spark, which should never happen. And this time, I will not be driving behind the Hufford, which means I won't have a broken window when I get there.
Well, but here's the question. How forcefully are you going to have to rock back and forth to get it up to that speed?
I would have to stretch Newton's equation to the fucking limit. Let's put it that way.
Okay, so what amount of speed are we talking here?
I don't
Seriously.
know. What does a nice can of nitrous get me?
0.01 C.
No idea. What does a Spark have an engine? Like, what is
I don't know, 1.2 liters?
Three-cylinder, four-cylinder? What is it?
4-cylinder.
Okay, well, guess you could hit 100 miles per hour with it.
Inline 4, and here's the thing. In the previous version of it, when Red had it floored, all I had to do was rock back and forth, and the car moved.
It wasn't like the Trans Am, was it?
No.
No, it wasn't. Do you remember that guy who was tailgating us and we spat a 6-foot flame out the ass end?
Yeah, he looked a little crispy after.
Ah, good times. Good fucking times. Yeah, so here's the current statistics. 98 horsepower.
Yeah, that doesn't really say anything. How long is the gearing?
It's a CVT. Did I just hear you die a little on the inside?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, CVTs aren't bad. They're just like not what you want for high speeds.
But for fuel economy,
For fuel economy, yeah, and obviously they're comfortable because there's no switching gears whatsoever. Obviously, the sound of them is a little bit weird because the engine revving is actually decoupled from your speed.
yes.
But
So
otherwise,
here's the thing. It's a 1.4 4-cylinder, 1.4 liter 4-cylinder, 98
turbocharged?
horsepower, and with a fuel tank capacity of 9. I think I can get away with 4. So I'll fill it up with only 4 gallons. I'm purposely driving on only half a tank for now until all is well in the world. So I can get a little extra.
you know what, Red? Last week, I managed to burn 1 liter of fuel every 2.5 minutes on the highway.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, we have a returning special guest in the live chat.
I saw that.
Who's the special guest?
I'm a
Rocket
Rocket
Man.
Man.
Oh, Rocket Man. Oh, that yeah, Rocket Man. That's the guy who's supposed to put my logo on the SLS. Have you gotten on that, Rocket Man? Have you been able to sneak my logo on there somewhere? Would be nice.
In the exhaust housing, maybe?
Put it as a design element, Rocket Man. You put my logo on the SLS. Maybe a sticker. I can mail it to you if you want. I'll overnight it even. Just throwing that out there. I can totally do that.
If you look at your logo, Red, it kind of could be used as like where the turbo pump actually pulls in the fuel and the oxygen.
Yeah, it could be like that. It could also be, acting like a shock absorber or something. I imagine the little roundy bits on each side can kind of spring inward a little. So Rocket Man, I think you could totally pull this off. So yeah, yeah, get on that if you can.
And the most common word he has said, nope.
Nope.
Oh,
nope.
oh
nope,
yeah,
nope.
but $10. I think I've lost respect for you. A freaking Spark.
Hey,
I mean,
Red, with the $10 you can actually fill your fuel tank and double the value of the car.
Hey, he didn't say he wouldn't do it. He just said that liquid oxygen is represented by green, not white. So just change the look. Go ahead and use the green. Just make it the shape. for the fuel intakes.
Okay, all right. Listen. Would it help you guys out to know that there's also a ZR1 that I drive?
CR1. CR.
Oh God, you have to Google it.
Chevy Corvette, seriously?
Yes, seriously. And we like crush a lot. There's a video that I uploaded on private like a long time ago that I haven't shared.
Oh, you haven't shared it, and apparently it wasn't taken yet, and you lost the thumb drive.
No, it was taken. I do have it. It does exist. Would you like to see me nearly mow over a biker?
Well, how?
Sure, that sounds like a plan, but only if the bikers share it.
Question, Red.
Wow.
Way off topic. I just remembered it. It was actually discussed yesterday or the day before. Do you still have the footage of the sheet we used for the shadow bands?
Yes, I do.
The full length, multiple hour footage?
Yes, I do.
You need to put that on a unlisted video so I can actually put that on my channel, because some people are saying that the penumbra of the shadow doesn't exist.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would like to get that video so people can jump through and see how the lighting changes gradually as the shadow of the penumbra increases.
People are really this dumb?
Guess who?
It could be so many people, honestly.
Let me give you a hint. According to him, as soon as you're not in direct sunlight anymore, a camera cannot see you.
Okay. Anywho, this was uploaded on the 4th of July, 2017. So all of you guys, I'm posting in the live chat right now. That is me driving, which is why I had to blur up my face. Otherwise, yeah. And I will also let you guys know, no, the ZR1 is not mine, sadly.
Well,
fucking sucks.
Well, here's my question about the ZR1. How does it compare to the old Buick?
The ZR1, oh God, it's so beautiful. Not as fast as the Buick, but yeah, it's fast. Anyway, for those of you who are wondering, it's on what is known as the Bayside Bridge. And the Bayside Bridge is very long, very flat, very straight. And hey, Jared, remember going on that bridge?
Oh, yeah.
It was fucking gorgeous. So, yeah, that's the link to my unlisted video that I uploaded back in 2017. I lost the original, but at least it's uploaded, so I saved it. It's only 39 seconds long because I filmed it with a fucking cell phone. So yeah, it's yeah. The bikes.
Yeah, and those guys were idiots.
Hey, they were racing me. Okay, I was not racing them. They were racing me.
And lost.
Yeah, it has a top speed of 202. What the fuck were they expecting? Oh God. Like, yep, bye-bye.
Well, to be fair, there is a new bike that would give that a run for its money on the top end, and it would get there much quicker.
Are we talking about that H12 or what the fuck I was calling
no,
it?
No. I'm
not,
pretty sure I know what he's talking about.
Not the H2.
The electric one?
The electric one has the potential for it, but I'm talking actual production bike right now that you could go buy, and they haven't released a top speed because they turn off the speedometer at 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, but the one I'm talking about, it's called the LS218 by Lightning Motorcycles, and apparently its top speed is 351 kilometers per hour. That's 225 or so miles per hour. So yeah,
so
this thing is fast.
So Sean, some people have said that I'm going 60 eagles an hour. Can you confirm that?
Well, if they're golden.
Okay, so how big is an eagle after you run over it?
It's a little wider, actually.
I'm talking from experience there.
Well,
So
just generally run something over, it just flattens out. So yeah, it's gonna be a little wider, a little taller.
So yes,
A lot
guys,
skinnier though.
that was what that was a 2009 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1, and it is best known for being one of the fastest Corvettes ever, at least at the time. And now it's been completely eclipsed by literally everything else because 2019.
Oh,
Now, Red, I picked up on something you said earlier about the rocket launch, about how you're gonna have a P1000 there and your P900. Where's my P900 at?
Well, guys, it's been fun. So we're gonna go ahead and take this off air now. So Gio, say what you gotta say and get the okay.
we have another conversion for you from the chat.
Oh God,
40,000 hummingbirds an hour.
40,000 hummingbirds. Just because Flerfs entertain us for $9.99. Thank you very much. All I guess I should say this. All super chats go to my Uber fee. All super chats go to the Uber because there's going to be no parking there, and I'm going to have to walk back. An Uber's not going to pick me up, and there won't be any room in Astronomy Live's car. It's going to be filled with telescope equipment. So
Get a golf cart.
I have no choice. Jared, I said I would never do it. I said I would never do it, but I'm gonna have to break out the Heelys.
Oddly enough, they still make those things.
Get a hoverboard. Can someone get me a hoverboard in the next 12 hours so that I can have it charged in time? Does it have a car charger so I can charge it on the way there?
But remember, hoverboards don't work over water.
Oh yeah.
Unless you got power.
Can I maybe I can get like a foldable bike and just bike my sorry ass over there. Will a bike fit in the Spark? No, it won't. Fuck.
Actually, one of the Japanese foldable ones would.
I'm so psyched for Falcon Heavy, though I may have to use the telescope as a battering ram to clear out a space for me and Red. Astronomy Live, I'm trusting you.
Can't you just use
up at 2 o'clock in the morning? You have to be on the road actually right now. I say, here's my opinion on it. You should like go there right now and just sleep there.
You know what, Red? I think at this point you need an RV.
So that I can just waiting and plotting.
Yeah, also the side effect would be that if you're not waiting for a rocket launch, you could actually live inside the woods so that the people around you wouldn't have to suffer your face.
Yeah. I'm a rocket man. Hey, listen, while you're busy trying to put my logo on the SLS, which I know you're going to succeed at, is there any way that we can get like special privileges to get closer to the to the thingy that goes up and makes lots of noise and smoke and fire and badassery for myself and Astronomy Live? I mean, it's for educational purposes, and think of the children.
Yeah, Astronomy Live has quite the offer for you. If we get the money for an RV, he'll drive it.
Oh my God. I don't. I'm a Rockman says nope. but if you add 3 dots to that, it becomes an ellipsis. So nope, maybe, kinda. I mean, I think we can pull some strings and. And listen, all I'm saying is that if needed, Astronomy Live will gobble your king cobra like he was a rabid mongoose.
Okay, that's yet another thought in my mind I really don't want to have.
Heated. Too late.
So basically, yes, Astronomy Live will actually do sexual favors if it means we can get closer. He will do it. He will do it. You can live in D Marble's van at Red's Rhetoric. I'm going to steal something from Fight the Flat Earth. I would rather cheese grate my own nipples. That is fucked up, Red. Have you? Where
are you new?
Have you been?
Are you new to this?
So any word on Russian vids coming down to see the launch?
Oh God.
Oh God. So, anywho, what was that, John?
Any word on Russian vids coming down to see the launch?
Oh no, I haven't heard a fucking peep from the guy. I told him to DM me on Twitter.
Oh, so that's just him saying, "Oh, I just wanted to talk a bunch of big shit," and of course I'll never do it.
Usually I just lurk, but now triggered by Heelys. Please find some other way. No, not the Heelys. Not the Heelys. No. Can you just see a guy, some tall ass Floridian white guy with the incredibly ruined face, carrying a tripod and a P1000, wearing a shirt that says "Not flat, we checked" on Heelys, going down the bridge. It's like, yup, I have seen everything today. So I gotta, yeah, I will be there, guys. I will find some way. And remember, all super chats go to the Uber.
The new Falcon Heavy, that's based on Block 5 Falcon 9s, isn't it? It's not the same one as they launched half a year ago or 1 year ago.
It's not the same rocket that they launched, a year ago. This one is Block 5, which means you have 10% more power. And just so that we're clear, this satellite does not need Falcon Heavy. This satellite can easily get to its desired orbit with Falcon 9. But it was initially stated in the contract that this was offered for it, and so they chose to go with it anyway. But because it is completely overpowered for the task at hand, they will once again be trying to recover all 3 boosters. That is fucking badass. Just saying.
If it works. Last time, if I remember correctly, the center stage crashed.
The center stage kind of, missed. And
yeah, it missed the drone ship, didn't it?
And just dived into the, it was, whoosh, yeah.
It decided to go for a swim.
Well,
oh, yeah.
The miss was actually a hit because the computer realized it was coming down too fast, so it intentionally steered to the side.
Yes.
It was an intentional miss because it was going too fast.
$2 for Red Scooter Fund. Oh, God, not a scooter. Not a scooter. Oh, yeah. And by the way, this apparently the drone ship is also going to be 900. What was it? I don't know if they use miles or kilometers here. 900. Let's just say miles because that's the only value or metric that actually matters. Not metric. So it's going to be 900 miles offshore. That's
I think they're going to be closer to the meter mark because that's quite a fucking ways out there.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, that is. So let's see. Falcon Heavy launch date according to Falcon Heavy Twitters. Okay, so it's been.
At least it was not a rapid, unplanned disassembly. Correct, Rodent. Very correct.
Yes. So let's see if I can do this, and let's do this. Okay, blah, blah, blah. 80% favorable weather on Wednesday. That's good. Launch time is 6:36 p.m. Eastern Time. And last time it was scheduled to lift off, it was at only a 30% chance of favorable weather. So this is the Arabsat 6A for the Saudi Arabian company. Arabsat, it is the second flight of Falcon Heavy. The first one launched a fucking Tesla into a heliocentric orbit. So that's the one that I fucking missed. Fuck. So I'm not going to miss this one, even if I have to Healy my sorry ass all the way there.
IB Hunter says to take a rickshaw.
So let's see. And if we look at the drone ship, let me look at that. Falcon Heavy drone ship landing.
The only problem with the rickshaw is we don't have enough pigs to run it.
Let's see. Yep, 900 miles. It's going to be 900 miles offshore.
God damn. Yeah. Especially because you don't have to go that far off to be off the continental shelf there.
So they're
Well,
gonna have a
from
drone ship
Canaveral,
that's
at
just
least.
chilling out there and be like, "Yep, we're just gonna leave this here."
So I assume they couldn't recover the rocket stage if they were using a Falcon 9 only, right?
I think for Falcon 9, they would also use a drone ship.
I mean, obviously, I'm talking about this satellite.
Yes,
Okay. Then why would any of the two parties use the Falcon Heavy?
because Falcon Heavy is fucking awesome.
But is it a waste of money? In this case?
Can you please tell me what Saudi Arabia has for police cars?
Bugattis, I think, or Lambos?
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure.
Both.
Both of which are German, by the way. Just saying.
Fuck, I was corrected. 967 kilometers offshore.
Yeah, that sounds more reasonable.
967 kilometers. Okay, my bad. We're using the inferior kilometers here. Yeah, you and your fucking kilometers and your meters and your Celsius and your kilograms, you fucking asshats.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but who accidentally crashed the Mars probe because they were using the wrong units?
I'm sorry, which country landed on the moon?
Probably the French. Just take
Everything's
the
points
flag.
to the French at this point. So
Just because the flag has been bleached white does not mean that we have, you know what, fuck it, whatever, enough of that joke. So yes, it is a waste of money, but you got to remember, they have Bugattis for police cars.
I'm just going to agree with you here because, you know, our historical record says that it was the Americans that landed on the moon. But if like some alien species comes to see the moon, like after humanity's done and gone, they'll think it was the French.
Also, Red, what was the name of the chief engineer of NASA who was responsible for the Saturn V rocket?
Yeah, it was. I think it was the same guy that couldn't make the Germans win World War II.
Yeah, sorry, does it really matter where the rockets land?
Yeah, I think it was the guy that still couldn't win World War II for the guy who had a very fond love for the Volkswagen Beetle for some reason.
Well, he wasn't wrong on that point.
Just on every other point, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So anywho, so 967 kilometers offshore. So that is going to be quite the fucking hop still. And if you take that and divide by 1.6, that equals 604.3 miles offshore. So that's still a fucking leap. Like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and launch this really heavy rocket and then try to recover the booster on a drone ship called Of Course I Still Love You over 600 miles offshore. So, yeah, that's going to actually, that's a world record. That's going to be the farthest distance that the drone ship has gone to try and recover a booster.
Are they still letting Elon name everything?
Yes. For those of you who have been in on the doxing, I like their fairing catcher, which I think they named in my honor. They called it Mr. Steven. You think I'm joking?
Nice.
No.
I don't doubt that any bit. It's just the naming convention does not surprise me anymore. Like, let's be honest. What does BFR actually stand for?
Big fucking rocket.
Yeah.
Oh, also, check this out. I give you the one, the only, the glorious Mr. Steven.
Can they actually fold those arms back together?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, this is the fairing catcher. So when the fairings come down, it comes down under parachute, and then this tries to navigate underneath them and catch them in the net. And then they fold inward, and then the fairing gets reused or something like that.
Well, you can't forget about this, Jared, about the boring flamethrower.
I'll go, Elon, are you okay? You're shipping out flamethrowers.
And don't
Well-
forget about the farting mode of the new Teslas.
Oh, the farting mode. Yeah, I actually tested that out on an actual Tesla. It was great.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
there's a mode.
Tesla firmware contains an
Whoopee
Easter egg
cushion.
where. Well, okay, it's your Hangout.
Yeah, it's a test. The Tesla has an update where you can make it fart. You know how the turn
It
signal
is-
has a little click?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make that a farting sound.
Is this so blind people don't get run over when you're trying to turn?
No, this is strictly for the interior. And also, you can make it so that if someone else moves in the car, it makes a farting noise in that one particular speaker.
So wait, is this for the actual blind drivers who will be able to use this soon, so that they can hear when the car is indicating?
I hope.
Ugh.
I figured it was gonna be like, because some electric cars actually have a fake engine noise. I figured it was gonna be something like that, just make a constant fart noise as it drives.
Yep. Also, they did test it, and yeah, it hasn't been successful.
It missed.
And be like, so close.
Oh,
Yeah, but I mean, it
wait,
took a few
wait.
attempts to land the rocket boosters as well, right? So failure obviously is an option, and it takes some time to actually work the bugs out of this.
Wait, you mean it's living up to its namesake?
Yeah. So as you can see, it was totally there, and then it just kind of missed.
I just want to say this: the other picture, go back, please, to the other one. That looks like fucking scene from a James Bond movie. Just look at that.
Be like, yeah. Not only are we going to recover boosters, we're going to recover fairings and shit. And this is a close up before it hits the water.
Yeah, but even hitting the water after it's parachuted out, it might need some cleanup and repair, but it can still be usable, shouldn't it?
I don't know how complicated these fairings are, but one thing I can tell you is that they do cost millions of dollars, and I doubt salt water is good for it.
Yeah, I was about to say the question is not shown whether you can repair them, but whether it's actually cheaper to repair them once they're filled up with water rather than building a new one.
I don't know.
All I gotta say is there obviously has to be good reason that they built this fucking thing. So yeah, and
Was it
also
a new ship or did they recycle it?
I have heard from very reputable sources that salt water is fucking horrible for rockets.
Right. Was this a new ship or did they recycle it somehow?
I think they recycled it, but all I gotta say is that they almost got it. They almost fucking got it. They almost caught the fairing, and then yeah. Anywho, look at this thing. This thing's just fucking gnarly and shit. Look at that. Like, yeah, I'm gonna string out a big fucking net over here. There we go. That's what I like, Mr. Steven. Good shit.
Elon didn't have a good father because he likes to play catch a lot.
Yes.
Okay, I just checked it. Apparently, Mr. Steven is a new ship.
Mr. Steven is a new ship. Okay, good.
Yep.
So yeah, they're calling it Mr. Steven. And yeah.
Is there any reason to call it Mr. Steven? Like, is there maybe an engineer at SpaceX that died or something?
Or it could be that the first
It is
person
named-
that found out that they were going to reuse the fairings was named Steven, but whatever.
Maybe.
You know what? That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Fuck it.
Okay, thanks to SciFDK, we have a video of testing the emissions of a Tesla. Wow.
Okay, who has
Wow.
voice meter running right now?
Oh.
I don't.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
I don't want to breathe at this point. Who said there's a video of an emissions test on a Tesla?
Oh, it's from SciFDK. I put the link in the internal chat. You should go watch it and start it at about 106. And for the live chat, there's the link out there for you guys as well.
Oh yeah. The whoopee cushion.
Ah,
That option's so fucking heavy. What the fuck?
Or the neurostink. Can I help you, furry thing? Just because you heard a whoopee cushion going off doesn't mean you have to look for it. I swear,
Oh, wow.
labs are so dumb sometimes.
So apparently they do fitment checks in for these types of things. So I just got a link of this one. This is an image of the fairing actually inside the net. They were testing it out.
Well, yeah, you got to make sure that the net doesn't break under the strain.
So that's what it's supposed to look like when all is said and done. All I gotta say is I want to drive that.
Is there actually somebody on board when the fairing comes down, or is the ship evacuated?
No, there is someone actually piloting this thing.
Okay. That
They're
sounds
just-
dangerous.
That captain is doing everything he can to try and catch this fucking thing.
I'm willing to bet minimum crew I can see being feasible is pilot and 2 spotters to make sure he's like directly under it.
Yeah, but anyway, I don't think you could control this fast, could you?
Did you see how fast that boat was going?
Yeah, but I mean, when the fairing is going down, I presume that the boat is either moving at a constant speed or completely standing still. And
No,
doing
it's
cross
moving.
change.
Well, with the parachute design that Reg was just showing, it's actually a forward motion parachute. So it's going to be flying in as straight as line as it possibly can, unless wind screws it up.
Yeah,
pretty
all
bad.
right, but you couldn't do rather short-term course corrections with it, I guess. The question is on how agile actually is this boat thing.
No, agile. It doesn't look very agile at all. That's why they use the chute that they used.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the
it's
point.
anything
So
but.
the question is, could this thing theoretically run on its own while the fairing is coming down, or does it actually make more sense to have a pilot on there?
It makes more
And
sense. to
here
have a
we
pilot.
go. We are presenting to everyone. Boom. So we have the fairing under shoot. Hi, it looks very pretty. Looks very pretty. I have to say, looks really pretty. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, that boat's moving.
No. Stop. Slow down. Oh, it's touching it. It's touching it. Ah, son of a bitch.
God damn it, that's annoying.
Ah. Damn it. All right. Well, it was close. It was close.
Do you know how many times they have tried this?
I don't know. I was just sent that link. And yeah.
Yeah, Reg, you should be used to that experience, though. Just the tip and then falling off.
Usually followed with, "That's not it."
And I do have to agree with Bob the science guy there. There is this thing called a throttle that may have come in handy there.
Yeah, I guess yeah. It was very fucking weird. Oh well, at least we tried. Anywho, so I'm gonna have to get going so I can meet up with an Astronomy Live later on. So with that, we're now gonna end this. And since this hangout was literally made to basically do absolutely nothing of value, no, this hangout will not be re-uploaded. Yeah, don't worry, guys. You literally missed nothing. You've missed nothing of importance. The important shit will be on Geo's channel. So Geo, plug your shit.
Yeah, so first of all, tomorrow at approximately the same time, we're gonna go or go through Jaronism's video that he uploaded today, which is called quote RB spinning end quote. and we'll pretty much be debunking every single point he makes in there, which will be fucking hilarious. Second of all, tomorrow there will actually be the press conferences regarding a rather important scientific discovery. Did you guys hear about it?
Nope.
No.
The direct imaging of a black hole.
Yes.
I'm looking forward
What?
to it.
Yes, apparently the Event Horizon radio telescope, I think it's actually called the Event Horizon Telescope, actually was able to capture a direct picture of a black hole, and it will probably be presented during 6 simultaneous press conferences tomorrow afternoon. So yeah, that's a strong contender for a Nobel Prize in Physics.
Well, yeah.
Interesting. All right, that's good. Now get the fuck out. And team, you got anything to say, or are you MIA?
He might not be back yet from taking his kid to work.
Sounds good. All right, gonna have to eject you. Sorry, team. Anyway, Jared, say what you gotta say and get the fuck out.
Well, we are at 12 days of no response concerning the debate offers. Aw, I'm not surprised. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep having fun on the bike, so take a look over there. By the way, Red, yeah, 90 minutes, and sorry, I was having too much fun on the bike. I'm going to have to re-record it to get the audio right.
Fair. And Sean, say what you gotta say and get the fuck out.
Oh, hashtag still waiting on a P900.
All right, guys. Bye-bye.